Hey guys, Gary from Lacrosse. Today I have a couple of dies. I spent the whole day dyeing heads. I've got like 5 more heads I have to dye, and I've got 2 more coming in. So here we go. The majority of these are all for LaxWorld. So if you follow me on Instagram, this is what I've done today. It's a lot easier when they're all Maryland, except for the one. You just mask them all off, and then you can just keep going in and out. But spent the whole day doing it. So let's get started. The first 6 are the STX Crux 10s. These are all for LaxWorld except for the very last head that I will show you. So here's a Crux 10. It's done with a Maryland flag, black to red, and then I was able to mask these off so that stayed to a yellow. Alright. And then pretty much the exact same dye on this one. Crux 10, black to red. Alright, and then this one is a black to red to yellow Maryland Crux 10. And then black to yellow Crux 10, Maryland flag. Another black to yellow Crux 10, Maryland flag. And this one, apparently a customer came in and they wanted like a turquoise colored Crux. So they asked if I could dye it up. So I try to match the colors close as possible to a turquoise. So there's another Crux 10 done turquoise. That's it for all the female sticks. And these are all going down to LaxWorld. I'm dropping them off tomorrow, first thing in the morning as soon as they open up. This one is a Warrior Revo X done in Maryland black to red fade. And we have a Warrior M80X with the Maryland black to yellow fade. And this one is the Under Armour Nitric U. This is a black to yellow fade. It's kind of funny because before I started dyeing it up and I was getting all the stickers off on this one, I sent Greg Kamiskos Dyes a picture of this. He couldn't figure it out and I couldn't figure it out, but it actually had a sticker on the inside that said Warrior patent. So it actually had like Warrior's patent numbers on it down the bottom. So I don't know what the deal was with that, but it wasn't like a sticker had fallen off. I mean, it was actually pressed on there like it was supposed to have been there, done from the factory. So like I said, this is the Under Armour Nitric U. Seems very flexible even before I dyed it. I mean, it's extremely flexible. Probably not a good head for a defense. I'm not a real big fan. One thing I did notice is that, if I can pick it up from the little one, kind of from the back side, it has this like flare, which a lot of the Under Armour heads have. That has this weird flare, which is pretty similar to the same flare of a Revo X. So they kind of from the back side look pretty similar. So maybe that's what the patent was about. I don't know. So, but on to the rest. We got 3 more left here. Here is a Nike Legacy 10. So college legal head, Nike Legacy black to red fade. And the Rabel X done with a black to red fade. And I masked off the little Paul Rabel logo on there so that where it used to be white and is now yellow. And then the final head, all of those are all for LaxWorld. This one's actually for a customer, a local customer, and they're also having me do a Ohio State head, which is going to be on a Brian Clutch X. So I'm already got the stencils all set up for that. I'll start putting the stencils on those sometime tonight before I go to bed. And then I've also got a Loyola head that I got to dye. I've got a STX Shield, not Shield, sorry, I always gonna get that messed up. The STX Hammer is being dyed with a White Ops dye. That's still being masked off. That is probably the longest dye that it takes. I've logged in about 30 hours on the ones that I've done. The 2 that I've done in the past, it takes about 30 hours to do. That's total. And I don't sit down and do it for 30 hours straight. They're done in blocks only because it just takes so long. You got to mask it off, and then once you finally get all the masking on it, then you got to go through with hot glue, cover the entire head, and then I'll go back over the head a couple more times just to get everything, just to make sure everything is nice and covered and sealed. And then after that, it's getting all that stuff off. So it takes time. All dies take time. I generally tell everybody it's about a 3-week wait period. So, but anyway, this one is a Warrior Evo 4X. So like I said before, I mean this head's extremely stiff. For me, I don't like them. It has kind of like that same face shape as the as an STX hammer. Like I said, it's really stiff. So for me, I would probably say this would probably be Warrior's version of a defensive head, even though Warrior and Brian are the exact same company, and Brian has that brand new Cyber X, which is also extremely stiff. But that one reminds me more of the X10s. This one's probably pretty similar as far as stiffness to the STX hammer. I mean, it doesn't have much flex that way. So, but this one's also done, like I said, Maryland flag, black to yellow fade, and it's got his name on the back. So that's it for those. Like I said, all of those are going to LaxWorld except for the Warrior Evo 4X. That one's going over to a local kid, along with a Ohio State die that I'm getting ready to work on. Sorry about that. It's a little late. It's 12 o'clock at night. This will probably be the last video for a couple of weeks. I'll try to squeeze one in, but I'm leaving in a week for military training, and then I'll be back about the middle of June. I'm coming home, and then I'll go play the that shootout for the soldiers game, which is held up near the Baltimore. I think it's McDonough is where it's going to be at. I don't remember, but it's a 24-hour lacrosse game to benefit the Wounded Warrior Project. Last year it was held at Boys Latin. If you guys haven't checked it out, go on there, look it up. It's the shootout for the soldiers. I think, for far as I know, Paul Rabel and Brandon Mundorf are going to be the two team captains. There's one team which is called Stars, one team is called Stripes, and pretty much what it is you can either sign up as an individual to go play, and it's all you're doing is donating. All money goes to the Wounded Warrior Project, which is pretty special for me. The Wounded Warrior Project is a program developed by wounded soldiers to benefit wounded soldiers and stuff like that coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan and stuff like that. It's to help supplement what the government doesn't cover. A lot of the government, they just send you to VA and they just give you these little things, but they try to help supplement a lot more as far as income and everything else. And there's a lot of charities out there that try to events that try to raise money for it. I think the Warrior Dash, I think they give money to the Wounded Warrior Project. The Tough Mudder, that's another one that a lot of that goes to the Wounded Warrior Project. And then Tyler Stenick last year started this one up, and all of its 100% goes to the Wounded Warrior Project. I think last year they raised like $100,000 to go to the Wounded Warrior Project. I was trying to die ahead for them to raffle off, but Wounded Warrior Project wouldn't give me the authorization to use their logo, even though it wasn't for my benefit. It was for me just to die the head up and present it to Tyler and have him just raffle it off. They wouldn't allow me to use the logo, so I didn't get to do it. But I'll be playing in that game. Like I said, you can sign up as an individual or you can sign up as a team. Sign up as an individual, I believe they just slot you in somewhere with somebody. As a team, your entire team will go in and you'll play like an hour, and then you'll from there, you'll go in, you'll play some other team for an hour, and it's like a constant going score. So whether you're on a Stars team or a Stripes team, that's how your points get tallied up. As far as dies, it's usually, like I said earlier, it's about a 3-week turnaround when it comes to dies. Right now, I'm not accepting any more dies until I get what I have knocked out. Only because like I said, I'm leaving. I know I'm dying ahead for Mad Laxer. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, he does a lot of goalie heads. He strings a lot of them. He's really good at it. And he also does some reviews. Another good place to check out for dyes is Tom Ledeen. If you haven't checked him out, check him out. He does a lot of really good dyes. Actually, I think he's better than me when it comes to dyes. He's done some pretty cool stuff. And then probably one of the best dyers out there, which he doesn't have a YouTube channel, but you can find him on Facebook, and that is Max McCool. And I believe his Facebook page is McCool's Dye Shop. He just did one recently. It was a multicolored eagle that went along the entire top of the scoop, and it was really cool looking. He was actually able to, he checked out my Facebook page, and that was kind of cool to get feedback from him, because I was, looking at his tutorials that he had when I first got started on, was it Lacrosse? I think that's what it's called. But I was looking at that. He does stringing and stuff like that. I think he came up with a one pocket called a turtle shell pocket, and that was one of my first traditional pockets I learned how to string. And it's very difficult. It only uses 2 runners, but it's pretty much a whole bunch of loops and then tying them off to each loop. But I liked it. It was kind of cool. And then I went to the pita pocket, and he does a tutorial on pita pockets too. So, but definitely check them 2 guys out, Tom Ledeen and Max McCool. Like I said, Max McCool is only on Facebook. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, but I know he's based out of Virginia, and he does a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool dyes, and I think he's fairly reasonable in price too. But like I said before, if you want a dye job done, at least by me, it's a 3-week turnaround. If you go on any online site that offers dyes, that's pretty much the average. I don't play that game of, hey, give me more money and I'll throw you to the front of the line. To me, it's like the military. It's first come, first serve. I don't think it's fair to everybody for me to somebody give me more money for me just to jump their head to the front of the line. So I always I go based off of what I have. Different, the first head in is the one that I do first. Stringing, it's the same way, but I can string a head in usually about 10 minutes or so or less. So it's not that bad. But that's it. Hope you guys liked them. Like I said, all these are going down to LaxWorld. I'm dropping them off tomorrow. My plan is to get there right before the store opens, so that way once the store opens I can go in, drop them off, because I got a pretty busy day tomorrow. I think it's one of my last days off before I leave, and then that's pretty much it. I'm going to be beat for the next couple weeks, and then like I said, I'll try to get one more video in. If I can't, sorry, but when I come back, I'm sure that I'll have some videos set up for it. I've got some people saw it on Instagram. I've got a OG Warrior to string up for one of my teammates. That's actually one for his kids, and there's like 2 other heads to string up for him. So I'll be stringing them up. The OG Warrior, the blade, that one's already strung up, and I will be showing a video on that one hopefully when I get back. So, all right, that's it, guys. Hope you liked the video. Like it if you like it. Subscribe, comment. Check me out on Facebook, check me out on Twitter, check me out on Instagram. Like I said before, I think I'm up to like 700 and something on Instagram versus I'm like 600 on YouTube. So I guess people like looking at the pictures better than watching the videos. I don't know, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Anyway, have a good one, guys.